Hey guys, welcome to this webisode of Triple R. Now, I'm going to look at a product category that's a little bit different from what we're used to. Uh, we're, we spend a lot of money on tech gear, high-end laptops, high-end tablets, and high-end mobile phones, and we carry around a power brick, chargers, battery banks, and a lot of cables. However, we house them in some of the lowest tech possible bags. We choose them specifically for their looks, not so much for their functionality. Bags, however, has started to evolve over the past couple of years, and there has been some revolutions along the way, and backpacks are becoming a little bit more tech inclined. Now, we're going to take a look at four bags today in particular. One of them is more like a regular brand, backpack from STM, which is an Australian brand, and the bag that we're looking at in particular is their Trilogy. Second, we're going to be looking at two Bobby XD design backpacks. One's the compact and the other one's the Biz. Most of you are familiar with the Bobby backpack. However, that one, because everybody's seen it and it's done to death, we're not going to take a look at it. Last but not least, we're going to take a look at the Riot 15 to be exact. She started this also on Kickstarter, and it's one of those bags that are sold mainly online through a website. Riot spelled R-I-U-T. So before we get all caught up in all the history and stuff, let's take a look at the backpacks.
Next, we're going to take a look at Bobby's Compact. Now, those of you who have seen the Bobby backpack before, this is a slightly smaller version of the Bobby backpack. It has all the similar features. It's one of those backpacks which started out on Kickstarter and got really well. Couple things to note: there is that reflective strip here, so if you're walking about at night, of course this is to ensure that you're safe. Reflective strip. Now, it does say anti-cut. However, please do not take a blade and cut this, because the anti-cut material is actually behind the front surface here. There's also reflective bits here, so if you walking around at night, these also will reflect light and make sure that you're visible. Now, the smaller version is actually quite cute, so I do kind of like it. Now, onto the back, and we can see that there's a strap here for the luggage holder. However, there is a piece here missing, or not missing, it wasn't. And one of the problems I had was because this kind of stretched out after a while, and it kind of weighed down on the shoulders. The smaller backpack, maybe it doesn't have the problem. The padding is very nice and thick and comfy. Bobby is represented in Malaysia now, and they are available in several stores. I'll have the information down below. There are these tags on it, and you can actually check the authenticity of your Bobby backpack. Here we have the certificate of authenticity, and you can go to the website and verify your backpack. So this is what it looks like. There is also a little pocket in the back. Now, this pocket's very safe. So when I travel, what I do is normally I'll stick my wallet in here, and as well as my passport. And then there are two zippered sides where you can, it's quite big, so you can actually slot your phone in there. Up to a 6-inch phone, not a problem. But yeah, I don't think it'll fit a tablet though. So there's one on each side, and there is a little charging port here. Now, a USB charging port, and again, the original Bobby design has this XD design imprinted on it. In fact, all of the zippers actually, if you can see, all of the zippers actually has the XD design logo on it. So if you have a bag that doesn't have it, then chances are you got a counterfeit product. You must be wondering what this little zipper is. Now, this little zipper hides something inside. It's actually the raincoat for the bag. Yes, the bag is somewhat water repellent. However, water repellent doesn't mean entirely waterproof. So if you're walking in one of those thunderstorms that Hong Kong or maybe even London is famous for, then chances are you're not going to get your stuff wet inside, but it may be good just to put the raincoat on, just to protect the finish of your bag. As we open it up, let's take a look at the sections one at a time. This is where the laptop will go, and this was what I was talking about that was missing in the STM. There wasn't something to hold the notebook in place, and this one has like a bungee cord with a Velcro strap. and this is where you would put your notebook, right? And the front is where you would slot in your tablet. Okay, so it's also suspended in the middle so that it's not really resting right on the bottom. And this is when it's opened all up. So let's take a look at the front half of the compartment. Now you saw the charging port, which is here. Now this is where it comes to. So all you need to do is plug this into your battery bank and have that put here, and that would enable you to charge your phone externally by plugging in a cable there. So this is also padded, which is very, very nice. And this is where you can put your pins. Again, plenty of compartments. This is a place big enough for you to put a water bottle, and this could be for you to slot in maybe another small pouch. Notice that there is this little strap here. Now what happens is this kind of comes up against the inside this way, right? Nice and comfy. And I'm going to try and put this one in as well. Okay, so what happens is when you have this in place this way, you can actually open the backpack and take your stuff up so that this doesn't entirely detach from the front and then have all your stuff flying out. Right, so this is the Bobby Compact, XD Designs Bobby Compact. Next up is another Bobby design backpack. As you can see, the signature language is basically the same, and this is a reflective strip. Now this is more business-like. It's all black, and I don't think there's any other color but black. And comes in with a handle here, so it's more like a briefcase. So let's take a look at the back first. There are some pockets here. Oh, by the way, these pockets are also on the Bobby Compact, just like anything else. So they're for your travel card, your transportation card, maybe your office access card. Malaysia, maybe touch and go, right? But these are the straps. Again, this is harder, but it's not as thick as the Bobby Compact. The attachments to the bottom of the backpack, however, are basically metal. So as you can see, they're actually very high quality D-ring connectors. So that kind of connects to this. Now you must be wondering why this one actually has a combination lock to it. Well, hidden behind here is also a protective cable wire. What you can do is you can zip up the bag, and as you can see, there's nice and big holes here. Now once you zip up the bag, you can actually lock the backpack, the zip, all in one onto the table. So for example, if you're sitting in a Starbucks or a Coffee Bean and you want to go and get your latte or your drink and you don't want to lug your bag along with you, you can basically go and find a spot to sit and kind of lock this onto the table first, ensuring that nobody's going to open up your bag and then go and get your drink. Now, because this also doubles up as a briefcase, I'm going to show you how to keep the straps. So there's a little gap here, and basically you open the gap and you toss these straps inside, and here we go, 1 and 2. So once the strap's nicely hidden away, the bag now looks very much like a briefcase from the back. At the top, there is a little zipper here, and that houses what is called the charging port. Now, so on the Bobby, you had this somewhere along the straps here, but in the Bobby Biz, this is hidden here. You could actually have the short cord and your phone nicely saved inside here, and it's charging, and you can zip it up. All right, that's one way to do it. Or you can even keep the charging cable, be it a Lightning or a USB Type-C cable, along with this charging cord inside here. So there's no need to kind of reach in and try and find your charging cable and fumble around with it, because there's one nicely already prepared here. There is a steel band that is embedded inside the backpack, and this provides the rigidity of the bag, makes it very, very solid. Now the materials here are very different from the Bobby Compact and the Bobby Backpack. In fact, it's very business-like, and we have all these elastic bands to hold stuff in place, or even markings to tell you what they are if you look closely. This one indicates a mouse. This is probably your phone, and this is a utility bag. Attachments at the side, so that if you put the bag this way and you want to pop it open with this in place, it just opens up until right. It won't just flip open and then have all your gear again flying out. Now, if we look at the other half of the backpack, we see the lovely bungee cord that's designed to hold your notebooks in place, padded on both sides, and the front end is for a tablet. Again, a nice big area here for you to put maybe extra documents, and because of the design, there is not amount of stretching that this backpack can do. So if you have more stuff than is allowed here, I'm sorry, but you're not going to be able to stretch the backpack to hold it, especially now that you have in the back here your notebook, which is going to make this even more rigid. All in all, this backpack also has reflective strips here, and that reflective strips is also on the handles that we saw earlier on. And this part again has the luggage holder where you can put it onto your luggage bag and then have it for easy transport. Right, so this is the Bobby Biz.